This is going to come as a huge shock to anyone who's been following the fight for net neutrality and has suspected some pay-for-play shenanigans going on, because the GOP has been busted using cable lobbyist net neutrality talking points. That is to say, they got a packet of information specifically from telecom lobbyists in order to be able to justify why they voted to dismantle net neutrality in Title II regulations. Last week, as the FCC majority was voting to begin dismantling net neutrality, House Republican lawmakers received an interesting email from GOP leadership on how to defend that decision in the face of overwhelming support for net neutrality from constituents, us, regular people. The email included a toolkit, a PDF, of misleading or outright false talking points that, among other things, try to portray net neutrality as anti-consumer. That is according to DSL reports. So it says all major internet providers strongly support a free and open internet. That is not true. Market and finance experts unanimously predict a massive drop-off of investment under utility regulation. That is also very easy to refute. In practice, these regulations have been proven to be anti-consumer. That is not proof. And it goes on until the end of the email, in which Washington State Rep. Cathy McMorris Rodgers, chair of the House Republican Conference, says, here's a nifty toolkit with news resources, myth versus reality information, what others are saying, and free market comments. What she failed to mention about that nifty toolkit was that it came directly, according to an analysis of packet metadata from The Intercept. Carrie Landon, the Assistant Director of Industry Grassroots at the NCTA, that is the cable lobby's biggest policy organization group. So it was circulated by Broadband for America, a lobbying coalition funded by most of the largest telecom providers, showing that yes, we're going to feed you these talking points to kind of just copy and paste or blurb off to your constituents, who are going to come at you and ask, why did you vote for something that is so blatantly opposite of our interests? It's just a mask. It's clearly, it's so obviously to, I guess, anyone who doesn't have any vested monetary interest in this, anti-consumer, and there's no reason why you should be doing this unless it affects your bottom line or your puppet master's bottom line. To go even worse this week, it was also shown that many people who did not support anti-net neutrality causes were shown to have signed that FCC website, the public forum about it, and even when confronted, those people, and asked what their positions were, they were for net neutrality. So someone was posting hundreds of thousands of anti-net neutrality comments falsely under people's names. And there's a website where you can check if your name was falsely used to support the dismantling of net neutrality. It's called comcastroturf.com. And in the face of that, Comcast has decided to sic its lawyers on the Fight for the Future Foundation, the ones who created this. They are a very pro-net neutrality group. I like them a lot. Please check them out. Trying to take the website down, which ironically kind of proves the point of why we need net neutrality, because this is Comcast, a major telecom, trying to censor what we are able to see. And when those Title II restrictions get removed, they will be able to just filter that out as they please. It's showing that there is a willful desire to censor what people are able to see regarding them. And one day that will be the case. And you shouldn't, as Ajit Pai suggested, just trust them to regulate themselves and they'll do what's right for the consumer. No, they won't. No, they absolutely will not. They will always go to the bottom line, their own bottom line, and we will suffer in the process. We may be slow-laned, we may have cut off access to information that we should be able to access. We shouldn't be able to just be beholden to whatever some corporate decision is. That's completely flying in the face of what we're supposed to be or stand for in this country. So it's not going well. Very little has changed in the writing from the FCC following hundreds of thousands of legitimate complaints to the dismantling of net neutrality. It looks almost as if it were a wish list approved by the telecoms themselves, with Verizon weirdly getting a lot of what they asked for or what would benefit them the most. It's probably a coincidence that Ajit Pai is a former lawyer for Verizon, right? It's fine. We shouldn't care about it all. Fight for the Future has no intention of taking down ComcastRoTurf.com down, and I heartily advise you to go check your own name on that website to see if you were falsely used to support the battle against net neutrality. Were you? Please let us know below, and please like and subscribe for more.